Hey, everybody. So, I recently wrote an article on Medium called Do You Need an Executive Coach? And the article seemed to get so much traction that I just wanted to follow it up with a video for those of you that might enjoy watching a video more than you enjoy reading an article. If you're curious to read it, though, you can find it on my Medium page, Jason R. Waller. Now, we're just going to spend the next few minutes talking through the themes there, which is one, what coaching is, two, the value of coaching, three, how coaching works, and finally, just how to choose a coach. But how I got into writing this article is because as a professional coach myself, I often have conversations about just what the heck coaching is, how it works, and I thought this would be a nice way to short circuit some of those conversations and provide a little bit of a foundation for people to spring off of when they're asking the question for themselves. So to answer that question, what coaching is, I like to first talk about what it's not. And this is all my perspective, by the way, but what coaching is not is it's not training or consulting, not strictly at least. Those are big organizational things, and they're often very, very tactical and pragmatic. Coaching is also not managing. Although good managers use coaching, managing is around taking a group of people toward an objective and giving them the resources and support to get there. Coaching is also not mentorship. This is the biggest confusion point. A mentorship is around coming with answers, and coaching is about coming with questions. You know, in mentorship, you have an expertise or you have experience, and you offer that to somebody else who's on the same journey as you. Coaching doesn't depend on that context. It's much more around helping the other person leverage their context and their experience to come up with the answers. And finally, coaching is not therapy. Now, if you look 10 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago, you have a pretty bright division between coaching and therapy. But the number one thing is it's not clinical. Coaching isn't, and so you shouldn't go to a coach if you're dealing with trauma or if you're trying to uncover some things in the past. And it's not diagnostic or past looking. It is forward looking, and it's based on accountability. So coaching is very distinct from therapy in that the focus of it is on driving toward an outcome, and usually for people that want to grow in a direction in life that's important to them. And they're almost always already successful or high potential. So that takes us to the question of then, if coaching is this opportunity to use inquiry-based approach to ask powerful questions and to bring the best of people into the conversation, what is the actual value of coaching? Well, the value of coaching actually depends on the value of the outcome. So if you want a promotion at work, you might want some help to get there. The value of that coaching is tied into how much you actually want that promotion at work. And whether it's a promotion or just living a more fulfilling, balanced life, or how to kind of be a better leader, these are all outcomes that a lot of my clients have. For me, when I was getting a coach, I just really wanted to understand what the next chapter of my life would look like. And I valued a coach because they were this person that could champion me and challenge me at the same time. They held me in this really awesome non-judgmental space, but they also pushed me harder, and they made me uncomfortable in a really productive way. And it was always with my best interest at heart. And so that's what I really value as a coach, and that's what I believe most people that are coming to me as clients value in the coaching as well. So number three, how does coaching work? I'm going to put up a little image of a mountain, but essentially the core idea of coaching, in my opinion, is that it's from starting with some kind of intention and moving your way up to some level of awareness that's higher and past this layer of fog than you would otherwise. Sometimes people do that on their own, but the real value of coaching is you challenge yourself to go higher and higher and higher. And once you get at the top of this mountain, then you are able to kind of see from this point of self-awareness, oh, this is what I look like. This is what the world looks like to me, and this is what actually matters. It's kind of like digging deep for this understanding and this awareness. And then once you get to that kind of point of clarity, you can make a decision from there. You can say, okay, do I want to go back from where I came, but this time with a renewed perspective and a different way of thinking or of being? Or do I want to go down to a different place of life and kind of go down to a different part of the mountain and have a new way of existing, a new way of acting? And the fundamental thing is that we ask questions in the coaching relationship that take us to a new level of awareness that we wouldn't get to without kind of asking these really important questions. And it's from that point of awareness that we have conscious choice, and that's the choice that leads to change. Coaching doesn't circumvent like this process of just, here's a problem, here's an answer. That doesn't work, it doesn't stick, and it's often independent of the context that actually matters to the individual. It focuses on uncovering what's at the root of that and getting to the thing that actually matters, and maybe it's the same impact, but now you have it rooted in what you can actually kind of hold on to. Finally, if all that kind of made sense, then the question is, where do you find a coach? I would just encourage people to use their networks. Coaching is a relationship-based practice. It depends on you really enjoying the person that you're spending time with. And maybe enjoying is not the right word, maybe more fitting and resonating with the person that you're matched with in a coaching relationship. Sometimes it might be uncomfortable, but the fundamental thing is that you have to trust them. You have to be in a place where you can be vulnerable with this person. And that's why word of mouth and referral is the only way that good coaches grow, is because these connections are so personal. You have to find somebody that you can trust to kind of open your heart up to, because that's how you actually go to the top of the mountain and do the great work. So, in a quick closing, I would just kind of leave you with the open question: what would be the value of having a coach to you? If you tie the value of coaching to the value of this objective, what's the value that you want for yourself? How do you want to grow? And I'll ask you the same question that I asked myself when I was debating whether to have a coach or not. How much of my time, energy, and money am I investing into my own personal development and personal growth? 1, 2, 3%? And is it worth it? Do I believe that investing a percent or two of my income into a coach or into some leadership development program, is that going to lead me more than a 1 or 2% return on that investment? But again, check out the article. It's at Jason R. Waller, Medium, and it's called "Do You Need an Executive Coach?" And I really enjoyed the opportunity to make this video, and I hope you enjoyed listening.